Hey guys, it's Dr. Steven, and it is a frigid, cold, bleak winter morning. But I wanted to just take a little walk and kind of breathe the very cold, fresh air and say hi to all of you. And now we'll go back inside and we'll talk about this upcoming week, which is going to be just an awesome week in our class. Hey guys, Dr. Steven here, and I just want to say I hope you don't mind the corny little expectation video things that I do. One of my primary reasons for doing that is in many of our conversations with the dean of our extension education, Dr. Frank Marco. Dr. Frank has said over and over, and I love this little quote. He said his goal, his mission is to remove distance from distance education. And one of the ways we can do that, one of the ways he and I've talked a lot about it, is in visual means whereby you guys can kind of see into my life a little bit and look into my life. I wish I could look into all of yours more, that we could have the dialogue in a classroom, but at least in this way, I'm more than just a name on a PDF file, which so much of online education has become. So I hope that's okay, and I enjoy doing it. It's kind of fun and let you see my world. Hey, this week, we're going to take a little different shift. I don't have an interview for this week. I'm not going to have an interview every single week. We've had quite a few of them, and we still have 4 or 5 before the end of the class. But this week, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to revisit those competency areas. Remember the Lominger? Now that I say it, I don't know if you pronounce his name Lominger or Lominger. I'll say Lominger, but if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. Well, there's a much longer, much bigger document than the one that I sent you guys at the beginning of the class. And don't panic, it's like 800 pages, but it's really well developed and well organized within those 62 or 64 competency areas. And so basically what I'm asking you guys to do this week, I'm going to send you a link so you can download. It's a PDF file, and it's, again, this huge one, 800 pages. But what I want you to do is revisit those 3 or 4 competency areas that you talked about in those first couple weeks. And you should be able to find that portion of the larger document, this larger work, where you're going to read just a page or 2 about practical suggestions for developing each of those specific competency skill areas. So in other words, out of the 800 pages, you're probably going to be looking at 10 or 15 pages total that with regard to those specific competency areas that you chose and identified as ones you want to work on. And so in the discussion thread, what we're doing now is revisiting that, you reading those and looking through those. And now, halfway through the practicum, let's talk about how you're doing and what you've learned and maybe some suggestions that Lominger has given you. And some of those things may or may not apply to your ministry setting. We understand fully that it's not a complete ability to transfer from a business model to ministry. We understand that, but still there's going to be some things you can learn, and just tell us how you're doing. So revisit those. Again, be working on your weekly journal entries. I made the decision, and I spoke to Dr. Frank about this too, and he's perfectly fine with it. At the end of this course, I'm asking for essentially a 12-page entry of journal entries. So in other words, out of the 15 weeks, I would expect 12 of those weeks to have a journal entry of 200 to 250 words. In other words, 1 double-space page for 12 of those weeks. That will fully meet that part of the grade. The other part of the grade, as I said, is the discussion threads, and you guys have all just done a remarkable job with that. The other, probably the biggest portion of the grade, is just going to be you confirming and telling us, in fact, that you did participate regularly and faithfully in some kind of service or ministry activity whereby you were able to work on these skills. And then the final thing is going to be a 1,500-word essay due at the very end of class. And I sent you an email. I hope you all read it, because previously in one of my little videos, and I didn't catch it till I'd already uploaded it. I said 15-page essay. The final is a 1,500-word essay. That's about a 6 to 8 page double-spaced paper that you're going to write at the end, particularly in regards to the competency skills and what you've learned and how you've worked through that and how you're going to continue to work through that. So this week is kind of easy in some ways. We're going to look at the Lominger document. You're going to find those specific pages dealing with your competency skills and address those in the discussion thread. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the discussion thread. So stay warm. We're supposed to get more snow tomorrow night. Let's see, I think first 3 nights this week, we're supposed to get some snow here. So it'll be fun. God bless you guys. See you in the discussion thread.